Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hey, so today I wanted to do a video that I've seen a few different people do so far, and I think Emily Noel is the first person to have done it on her channel, so I will link her video in the description box below. But her idea was so fun. If you have $1,000 that you can spend at Sephora, what would you buy? I mean, what a good idea. It was so nice to be able to dream up all the different things that I would buy if I had that amount of money. So I wanted to show you what I would buy if I had $1,000 to get anything that I wanted from Sephora. All right, most of my stuff is makeup, but one item is a skincare item, and that is also the most expensive thing that I have listed. Oh, wow. Anyway, I'll start with makeup. So the first thing that I would buy is from Marc Jacobs, and it is the new Eye-Conic multi-finish eyeshadow in Extravagance. $49.50 for that Extravagance palette. The colors are so beautiful, and I've watched a lot of reviews and read a lot of reviews about how the Marc Jacobs eyeshadows are very rich and very strong and pigmented, and so that's one of the reasons that I want to try that, and the colors in that palette are just so beautiful. Okay, and the next item on my list is also from Marc Jacobs, and it is his Omega bronzer, and I would get the full size. And now I do have the mini size. Let me grab that. Here it is. And it's the most perfect color. Honestly, it matches my skin tone so beautifully, and I'm just obsessed with that color. It's very lightweight. It's a really beautiful powder. It's just so beautiful. So that's what I would do. I would get the full size of that one for $49. So we are 2 items in and already $100. So, okay. Next one I would get is from Melt Cosmetics, and it is their Rust palette, the eyeshadow palette specifically, and it's $58. The colors in that palette are so gorgeous. They are mesmerizing. And it seems like you could do like a very easy everyday look, or you could really ramp it up and do a glam look as well with that. And I just love the neutral colors that are in there. They're so beautiful, but I would really like to get that eyeshadow palette and add it to my collection. Now also from Melt Cosmetics is their Amor Eterno highlighter. $39 for that highlighter, and honestly, I don't even know if I would use it. Now don't get me wrong, it's totally gorgeous, but I am fascinated with Dia de los Muertos. That is the holiday that is also called Day of the Dead, and I am absolutely fascinated with that. I think the culture is so amazing, the idea behind it, and the skulls. In fact, every Halloween, I typically do a sugar skull as my Halloween costume, and I absolutely love it, just getting my face all decked out. I'm totally obsessed with the sugar skulls. And so having that stamped in the highlighter, I don't even know if I would use it because I wouldn't want that to go away. But I would just stare at it and drool over it. It's just so beautiful. Now the next thing that I want to try is the La Mer. Now La Mer is Beautē. Expensive. The powder itself is $95. So I'm thinking, okay, when I put this powder on my face, I better look perfect. I better look flawless. Everything needs to come together and meld and mesh into a perfect stream of amazingness. My skin will be perfect, and it would solve all my problems for $95, right? I really, really want to try it though. Okay, so next on my list is from Pat McGrath. Oh boy. It was hard to decide which of all of her palettes I would get. And honestly, I could see myself using the $1,000 just to buy every one of her eyeshadow palettes because they're so beautiful. But the newest one, the Divine Rose 2 palette, guys, it just calls my name. It wants me. It says, please buy me, take me home with you, let me live with you. I just want it so much. It's so beautiful. And specifically the one duochrome shade. Oh, wow. I just want to try it even just one time, if I can just wear it one time. But I would use that budget toward that palette. I haven't gotten anything from Pat McGrath yet. I did just barely order a very small palette in the sale that they had, so I'm waiting to get that, and I'm really excited, and I'll show you what look I create with that. But that Divine Rose 2, $125 for 10 shadows. Okay, yeah, all right. Someday. Maybe, hopefully. Now, another item from Pat McGrath is the Sublime Perfecting Foundation. I did receive a sample of this. You can see it's used right there on the end. When I recently did a purchase at Sephora, they sent me a sample of that to try, and man, it is gorgeous. It's very lightweight. It's a nice medium coverage that covers my redness. It can be built up to full. It's just really beautiful. So it's $68 for that foundation. They offer 36 different shades, which I really appreciate. I love when they have a diverse shade range, and so that's something that I would love to support and buy. Okay, guys, we've come to it, the big daddy. So this is from a company called NuFace, and it is their facial toning device. That, I believe it's used to tighten. I think it uses light electrical pulses to go on the skin, especially on the jawline area, to tighten and sculpt and kind of pull everything in, looking nice and fresh and young and new. And the only thing is, guys, is at $499. $499. I did, in fact, say $499 whole entire dollars. So that's a lot of the budget. It's a lot of the 1,000. So now they do have a mini option available that's only $199. So maybe I could get that one and throw in 2 more Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. Now that I think of it, it's actually a really good idea. Now, the last thing that I would add is Natasha Denona, the bronze palette. I have one of her palettes. It's her all matte palette, and I like it. I like it a lot. I actually need to use it more now that I think of it. I don't use it quite enough. But recently she released this bronze palette, and it is the $65 price tag for that. And again, those colors, they just pull me right in. Her formula is so lovely. I already know that it is really incredible, so that's something that I would buy. Now, with all of that included, all of those items, it's $993. I imagine there would be tax that would hit me just over the $1,000 mark. So honestly, I really enjoyed that challenge, trying to think of the different things. I know Allie Glines has done this, Samantha March as well. And like I said, Emily Noel. And there's a lot of different people who have shown, what they would put in their Sephora cart. So I really appreciated having that challenge today. I'm going to go dream now of all the different things that I could buy with that money. So thank you guys so much for coming. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.